Welcome, and thank you for joining this session. My name is Ali Mariani, and I look after product marketing management for Microsoft Compliance and Risk Management Solutions. Protecting data and ensuring compliance have become more important than ever as the world continues to adopt remote everything. And your business is relying on you to help with that journey. Today, I'm excited to introduce our latest product innovations to help you be a risk management hero. Now, as we talk to a broad range of customers in the current environment, we've heard some consistent challenges businesses are facing. With increasing remote work, people are now creating, they're storing, and they're sharing data in new ways. Without a way to scale, many customers worry that their data estate and internal risks are becoming untenable. Compliance is a broad topic. At Microsoft, we think of it as inclusive of managing risks related to data. We've invested in several categories to help you on your compliance journey. Let's start with information protection and governance. This category is about helping you understand your data landscape, classify that data, and then take action, whether that be protecting that data or governing that data appropriately. Insider risk management is an entirely new category of products we're investing in. Broadly, you can think of our efforts here to help customers identify and then take action on insider threats, whether those are malicious or accidental. Discover and Respond is about helping customers find relevant data, whether that's specific to a regulation or an internal investigation, or even as part of litigation. A lot of this occurs against email and now Teams and chat, along with other unstructured data sources. This category also includes our auditing capabilities. And compliance management is all about simplifying risk assessments in a continuous and automated way, providing visibility and insights to help meet compliance requirements. Today, you'll see a new category of investments around extensibility and the ecosystem in general, which we'll share later in this session. Before we get into the product updates and demos, I'd like to share an amazing story of one of our customers, Frost Bank in the United States, who used the power of modern compliance tools and was able to help small businesses and the local economy through the recent crisis. Let's play the video.
Frost is a 152-year-old bank. It's very traditional. They pride themselves on making sure processes in place were built to help service the customer.
Being a financial institution, we really have to pay a lot of attention to security and compliance. So luckily, we have done a lot of due diligence ahead of COVID with Microsoft.
With COVID, we knew we had to move fast. We had to find a platform that didn't sacrifice security and compliance, but allowed us to be agile. Our goal wasn't really to solve for one problem, but also scale and grow. It was an easy decision to switch to Microsoft Teams because it met the needs of not just our users, but our compliance, security, and our regulators. Compliance is one of the most complex parts of banking.
Using Compliance Manager helped us gain clarity around how the different regulations were interpreted. It took the mystery out of compliance for us. I was easily able to export all of the control items and were able to very quickly turn up the compliance needle in a matter of 10 business days.
When PPP loans came out, one of the things that we recognized is that the traditional process would not work. We started exploring automation. We used Teams as a way to collaborate. What we found in day one of our process is we actually closed over 3,000 loans.
That's what our customers wanted. They wanted that call at 8 p.m. or midnight to say, hey, we've got you, your loan's approved. When you compare to what we thought we were going into with 900 million being our target based on the size of our bank, we actually exceeded that by hitting $3.3 billion in loans approved.
It's really gratifying when at the end of the day, you step back and see how many small businesses Frost helped stay in business. Frost is Texas and Texas is Frost.
What a powerful story. I love that technology could help take the mystery out of complex compliance requirements. And more importantly, it's amazing to hear Frost Bank could ultimately help their customers through the recent crisis and be the true hero for their local economy by using tools like Compliance Manager. Now, as you saw in the video, achieving compliance can be complex. Customers tell us it's nearly impossible to stay up to date on regulations and manage the complexity that comes with them. To help address this challenge, we're excited to announce the general availability of Microsoft Compliance Manager. Compliance Manager helps you simplify compliance and reduce risk when addressing standards and regulations. It maps the controls of complex regulations like GDPR to recommended actions and even associates a risk-based score, along with step-by-step guidance on how to improve the score. Compliance Manager now supports over 150 out-of-the-box assessments for global and industry standards and regulations. You can even create custom assessments for your unique business needs. Let's bring in Elliot, who leads product development for Compliance Manager, to see it in action. Elliot?
Thanks, Aleem. I'll now take a moment to walk you through a few key features of our new Compliance Manager, which we can see here. We want Compliance Manager to make understanding and improving your compliance posture easier. And on this page, we provide a simple dashboard for you to understand your current compliance progress, including the results of your actions and the actions that Microsoft has taken on your behalf as your cloud service provider. Now, to get the most accurate picture of your compliance posture, you'll want to set up relevant assessments, each of which maps to a global, regional, or industry-specific standard or regulation. Today, we have over 150 of these assessments ready for you to use. Based on the assessments you choose, Compliance Manager provides specific and actionable compliance recommendations and shows you details regarding your compliance against the controls supporting these regulations. Let's take a closer look at an assessment we've already set up, in this case, GDPR. Here, we can see our progress against this assessment, but since each assessment we ship contains all of that regulation or framework's control families and controls, we can take advantage of that by diving into the control view, where we can monitor our progress at that granularity and even see the actions that Compliance Manager recommends that we take to meet these controls. For example, we just clicked into Control ID 6.3.2.1, which pertains to mobile device policy. Compliance Manager tells us that one action we can take to help meet this control is to require mobile devices to wipe on multiple sign-in failures. We can also see that this action will contribute to helping our progress against other regulations, like Microsoft's own data protection baseline, so that we can avoid duplicative work. Not only that, but Compliance Manager tells us how to do this, and we can click Launch Now to jump into the specific screen we need to configure this policy. With that complete, we jump back to Compliance Manager, and in many cases, that's all there is to do. Compliance Manager constantly scans your M365 configuration and provides test results to automatically inform you of past or failed tests. If the action you completed isn't automated, you can alternately assign the testing work to another user, who can upload evidence and add notes for future audit use. Leveraging the Compliance Manager toolset, you can easily break down complex regulations into specific and actionable guidance, track your progress, and stay up to date with the latest compliance updates. Thanks for your time, and back to you, Aleem.
Thanks, Elliot, for a great demo. You can start using the new Compliance Manager today. Another big challenge we often hear is around managing data. Data is growing exponentially, and remote work is making it even harder to manage risks around data. In a recent survey of security and compliance experts, we found that data leakage is the top concern in remote work and hybrid scenarios. We believe the most effective approach to information protection and governance is to start the process when the data is born and follow it throughout its life cycle. We view data loss prevention as a core part of information protection. Our approach is to simplify it, so you can configure it once and then leverage AI and automation to enforce it consistently across both Microsoft apps and services as well as third parties. That's why we've built data loss prevention directly into our experiences. You may already be using it for email, SharePoint, or OneDrive, and even Teams. We recently announced the public preview of Microsoft Endpoint Data Loss Prevention, so you can now identify and protect sensitive data on devices. This enables native protection in Windows 10 and the new Microsoft Edge browser. We've integrated Microsoft Cloud App Security with DLP, allowing you to extend data protection to non-Microsoft Cloud apps like Box, Dropbox, and many others. Ruchi from our product development team is here to show you the latest.
Thank you, Aleem. I'm excited to show the latest capabilities in data loss prevention. Microsoft's DLP offering has a common policy framework across locations, ensuring a consistent, familiar, and seamless compliance experience no matter where DLP is applied. It all starts here, where we begin the process of defining a new policy. This is the familiar screen where you decide where the DLP policy will be applied. We have two notable additions here: devices, which corresponds to Windows 10 endpoints, and Microsoft Cloud App Security, which protect data in non-Microsoft apps and services. Endpoint DLP simplifies deployment for customers by eliminating the need for on-premises infrastructure that needs to be purchased and managed. It's a cloud-native solution, and onboarding consists of simple, lightweight configuration in the cloud, in the Microsoft 365 Compliance Center. Secondly, it is fully built in. It's built into Windows, into Office, into the Edge browser, and thereby it prevents an inappropriate use or sharing of your sensitive data across a variety of applications and devices. What we're seeing here is the endpoint DLP policy creation experience, and what you can see is that it lets you customize protection actions by activity. For instance, upload to cloud services, or copy to clipboard or USB or network share, or access by unallowed apps or printing. And with all of these, you have the option to either audit the action, or to block it, or to also allow the user to override the action, balancing security and productivity. Here we're looking at Cloud App Security. Microsoft Cloud App Security extends the DLP policy enforcement framework to connected third-party cloud apps as well, like Dropbox, Box, Google Drive, WebEx, and others, making for a consistent and seamless compliance experience. Built to balance unification and the strength of each specific workload, we are provided with DLP policy enforcement actions specific to each app that's being governed by MCAS. Now let's take a look at how end users experience data loss prevention across teams, across endpoint, and third-party applications. Starting with teams, a little bit of context first. So the admin has created a DLP policy that's protecting top secret Project Obsidian data in the organization from being shared externally. What we're seeing here is that in a Teams chat, a user is attempting to share Project Obsidian data with an external user. Teams has detected this and is enforcing the DLP policy. In order to do that, Teams has put up an alert. Now, this alert is very familiar to the user, so no extra training for the user to undergo. And it also gives the user guidance on why they were blocked and what they can do next. In this case, the admin has allowed for overrides. So Teams is allowing the user to provide some business justification and override the policy if needed. What we're seeing here is that a user has a Project Obsidian file open in Word. They're attempting a copy of some of the content from this file, and Windows has detected that copy action and is enforcing the DLP policy. This notification follows the standard Windows notification pattern that users are already familiar with. Here, the user is trying to copy Project Obsidian files to a USB drive. And once again, Windows has detected that action and has blocked it, again, prompting the user in that familiar notification. Endpoint DLP is supported natively in Microsoft Edge, extending DLP protection to online activities when users attempt to share or use sensitive information in an unapproved way. Here, we're seeing the user trying to copy a Project Obsidian file to Dropbox in Edge. And Edge is enforcing the DLP policy. And again, the user is presented with a native and familiar Edge alert. And lastly, we have a user on their mobile device attempting to share a Project Obsidian file to an external site. Microsoft Cloud App Security scans the file for sensitive content and enforces the DLP policy. If the file isn't externally shareable, MCAS will remove the link and send an email notification to the user informing them that the external collaborator has been removed due to the organization's policy. And that's the notification you see on the right here. Again, that notification is familiar and aligned with the experiences that the user is already used to. And with that, I'm going to hand it back to you, Ali.
Thank you, Ruchi, for a great demo. Let's shift gears and talk about insider risks and threats. About half of all data breaches are actually caused by insiders. These come in many different shapes and sizes. Everything from an enthusiastic employee accidentally sharing plans, to a disgruntled employee trying to steal intellectual property, to things like workplace harassment. However, the effort required to identify these insider threats is not trivial. Many customers we talk to have limited visibility into these issues. They're using homegrown tools and manual processes, or even worse, they have nothing at all. Earlier this year, we introduced 2 new solutions designed to address these challenges: insider risk management and communication compliance. Let's start with insider risk management. Some customers I talk to are trying to use bolt-on tools, such as user behavioral analytics or data loss prevention. But these were not made for insider threats. They provide limited signal, making it feel like trying to find a needle in a haystack. With insider risk management, you can quickly get started on identifying insider risks with curated playbooks like IP theft, where you can see alerts and their severity. For example, if you have an employee that submitted their resignation, and just a few days before, they downloaded a bunch of highly confidential documents from SharePoint, that sets off an alert in insider risk management. With risk scores and integrated workflows, you can easily collaborate with stakeholders on investigations. Now, I'd like to bring in Erin, who worked in our security investigations team at Microsoft and now drives product development in this area. She'll walk us through the latest updates. Erin?
Thanks, Aleem. Super excited to be here to announce new capabilities in insider risk management. So let's jump right in. So we know that gaining visibility into user activity is super critical to address insider risk. And with insider risk management, you can see the breadth of indicators that give you that visibility into activity from different sources. So from Office, you can see activity in Microsoft 365 Cloud, such as Teams, SharePoint Online, OneDrive for Business, and Exchange Online. We also have device indicators, so you can gain visibility into risky activity taking place on the device. And you can gain this visibility seamlessly without the need of deploying endpoint agents across your organization. We're also excited to introduce a new category of indicators for physical access, because we know insider risk goes beyond just digital activity. So customers can now gain that visibility into their physical environment with the new physical badging connector. So they can share their badging event data with insider risk and will reason over that data to surface insider risk in their physical environment to give you that full picture of risk for a user. And then you can use these indicators in one of the out-of-box templates that help you specify the specific risk that you want to start detecting. And you can see that there's several categories of policy templates, including data theft, data leaks, and security policy violations, which look for integrity violations coming from Microsoft Defender ATP alerts. And then within these categories, we have different variations. So you can specify certain scenarios that you want to focus in on. So you might want to look at activity coming from disgruntled users, because we know disgruntlement is a leading indicator or precursor for insider risk. Or you may want to focus on a set of priority users, so maybe a group of highly valued employees or an HR risky user watch list that you may have. And then after you set up the policy, you'll start to see alerts. And we know that being able to efficiently but also confidently review the activity in those alerts to make a decision on whether additional investigation may be required is super important. So we're very excited to introduce significant enhancements to our alert review experience. So you can now dive even deeper into alert activity with the new Activity Explorer, which provides a line-by-line detailed log of all of the events associated with the activity and the alert. And you can start to slice and dice this activity with numerous filters that are offered to really focus in on the most suspicious and concerning and impactful activity to help you as you move forward with focusing your investigation. And during that investigation, we know that oftentimes you'll need to engage with stakeholders from across the company. So we're very excited to introduce native integration with Microsoft Teams to help you collaborate on your insider risk case. So now every time a case is created, a Microsoft team will also be created. And all of your relevant stakeholders will be added to that team as members. So you can leverage the power of Teams with collaboration and communication functionality to coordinate and close on the case with your stakeholders in a private and secure way. And then when your case is closed in insider risk and it's resolved, the team will automatically get archived and turned to read only. Finally, from talking to customers, we hear that automation is becoming increasingly important, especially as you think about scaling your operations. So both insider risk management and communications compliance are very excited to announce native integration with Power Automate in both of our solutions. So now from within the solution, with the click of a button, you can kick off a Power Automate flow to automate your most common business processes in this space. And we'll offer a number of Power Automate templates to all of our customers to help them get started on automating some of the most common processes in these spaces. So very excited about all of these new capabilities. And with that, I'll hand it back to you, Aleem.
Thank you, Erin, for a great demo of our new insider risk management capabilities. As businesses navigate through the new normal of remote work, one area that's emerging is the well-being of employees and upholding the culture of the organization. Our other solution in the insider risk category is communication compliance, which can help to identify issues related to compliance violations like insider trading. But the scenarios go well beyond those in regulated industries. It can also help uncover issues like harassment, threats, and much more. In fact, many of our customers are now using communication compliance in Microsoft 365 to detect things like offensive language. We'll continue to expand the playbooks and scenarios around insider risks, as those are very important for our customers. Let's switch gears and talk about a new set of investments informed by your feedback. We've had the privilege of chatting with many of you, and here's some of what we've learned. You've told us managing compliance is complicated, and you need us to help simplify it. Integration with your existing ecosystem is a must, and you need us to make our compliance solutions extensible. Your organization has unique needs, and you need us to provide solutions that are adaptable to any environment. Well, we're happy to say that we're extending our compliance solutions to embrace the data and the ecosystem beyond Microsoft. We're delivering 25 new connectors that will help you ingest data from non-Microsoft sources. For example, you can now use connectors to bring in data from Slack, Zoom, WhatsApp, and much more to help identify risks. We've also launched a new set of APIs that enable customers to integrate their tools and their vendors. For example, security and compliance partners can now use the Teams DLP API to better integrate their solutions into Teams. Beyond these connectors and APIs, we're enabling you with built-in customizations, like the new feedback loop in our machine learning models. Now let's take a look at connectors, which can help you to bring in data from non-Microsoft sources into Microsoft 365 and manage compliance. Here we are in the Microsoft 365 Compliance Center. As you can see, we have a rich connector ecosystem. This catalog includes all pre-built compliance connectors from Microsoft, as well as our partners. You can easily search for the connector you're looking for, and you can even filter by provider. I'm going to go ahead and pick the WhatsApp Archiver connector built by our partner Telemessage. Let's go ahead and configure this connector and add it. We're going to give it a name, and then we'll go ahead and sign in to Telemessage since we're using one of their connectors. So let's sign in. Then there's a mapping that happens here to associate the user accounts in WhatsApp to the accounts in Microsoft 365. In this case, the connector is using the email address to map the data. We'll also provide admin consent to allow the import service to access mailbox data for the users in the organization. And then we'll review it and we'll finish up. Now the connector is added and the data is flowing into the Microsoft Compliance platform. The nice thing here is once the connector is configured, the data is ingested and it's available across all the Microsoft compliance solutions, whether that be insider risk, advanced e-discovery, or information protection. Let's take a look at the connector now in action. Now earlier, I talked about communication compliance and helping to identify things like offensive language. As you can see here, you can now use communication compliance for things like WhatsApp, Yammer, or Teams. We're looking at a pre-configured policy in the Microsoft 365 Compliance Center that scans for offensive language. And here we can see the WhatsApp connector is active for this policy. When we click on it, we can see that the data is flowing in from the WhatsApp connector that we just configured, and that WhatsApp messages are being flagged for offensive language. Now I have a more comprehensive view of communications in my organization, with visibility for Microsoft and non-Microsoft data. We've covered a number of key updates today, but believe it or not, there are many, many more. One thing I want to emphasize is the core engineering principles by which we approach these investments. The first is built-in. Protecting data and managing risk don't have to come at the expense of user productivity. Where we can, we build these capabilities directly into Microsoft 365 and our productivity experiences A great example of this is data loss prevention for teams. We'll leverage AI and automation. We believe to do security and compliance at scale, you need machine learning to help you cover the surface area and assist users to do the right things with data. Integration. This doesn't just mean integrate with each other. For example, information protection labels make insider risk alerts more accurate, but also extensible to an ecosystem, whether that's across platforms or bringing in third-party data sources like we saw with the connector demo. With this, I hope you enjoyed learning about our latest risk management and compliance capabilities that can help you be a hero, just like we saw with Frost Bank. Here are 3 things you can do to get started. First, go to Compliance Manager. Check your compliance score. Second, try the data protection and risk management capabilities in Microsoft 365. And third, find much more in terms of resources at our virtual hub. And of course, we have many other sessions here at Ignite that can help you with your journey. Thank you for your time, and I hope everyone stays safe and healthy.